There's a saying, only the good die young, and I think that really applies to her.
People across the nation and right here in Tampa Bay are remembering Elizabeth Edwards tonight. She passed away today at age 61 after losing her long battle with cancer. In 2004, Elizabeth Edwards made a campaign stop for her husband here in the Bay Area. Edwards spent the morning in a Tampa home talking politics. Chris Martinez spoke with that family tonight and joins us now live from Tampa with more on this story. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Jameson. And Edwards certainly left a lasting impression with that family during that visit to Tampa. And tonight they are joining admirers of hers across the country in remembering her life.
She put me great at ease.
Their time together lasted less than a full day.
She was a wonderful lady.
But Maria Perez somehow feels like she knew Elizabeth Edwards her entire life.
She never said Mrs. Edwards. She said, I'm just Elizabeth. And that's a good way to remember her. She was Elizabeth.
It was 2004. Then Senator John Edwards was the Democratic nominee for vice president, and Maria a campaign volunteer. She was asked to host an event at her Tampa home, and it wasn't until the night before, after a number of interviews and security sweeps, that she found out who the star of that event would be.
And then they told me that it would be Mrs. John Edwards, and I was very excited. It was really like meeting with your next door neighbor, just like having a chat.
This is video of that chat with a number of supporters. It lasted most of the morning. Edwards even inviting Maria along on other campaign stops that day.
So I was able to see it firsthand. It was quite exciting.
But what Maria didn't know then, and what the world would later find out, was at the time Edwards knew she might have cancer, but kept it a secret during that campaign. Looking back now, Maria says she never would have imagined the woman she hosted in her home was ill, or that the story of her life would so suddenly end.
You know, there's a saying, only the good die young, and I think that really applies to her.
And Elizabeth Edwards was actually born in Florida, up in Jacksonville. She married John Edwards about 33 years ago. And I can tell you tonight, several Facebook pages have been set up in her honor. And on those pages already, there are thousands upon thousands of messages of sympathy from her supporters. For Live Tonight in Tampa, I'm Chris Martinez, ABC Action News.
Chris, thank you. Elizabeth Edwards is definitely a woman who showed tremendous grace in the face of an incurable cancer and her husband's sex scandal. To read more about her inspiring life and to leave your condolences, you can go to our website at abcactionnews.com. It is there you'll find more on ways you can help fight breast cancer.